Hey friends, it's Adam Bauer with the Marketing Clerics here with another live tutorial video. Today we're going to talk about building a content plan for your website using ChatGPT. I'm really excited about this one. One of the things that people don't understand is that websites are great and pretty, but really you want people to get to your website and to reach out to you for service. So, especially in the electrical industry, you want to have a good converting website. So that really starts with how search works and understanding search. And so I'm going to go back full screen here so I can explain this. So there's two different types of keywords that Google has. And one is called local keywords, and the other is organic keywords. I guess there's also paid keywords, but for the purpose of this discussion, we're going to talk about those two. So local keywords are any keywords that show up with the map pack visible. So those are going to be the ones that will show your Google business profile ahead of any of the organic search results. Sometimes they're also like kind of towards the bottom of the organic search results, just depending on the search keyword. And then organic keywords are ones where the local map pack does not show up, it just shows a list of the results organically. So when we're talking about the content strategy for 2025, it is kind of shifted from super in-depth keyword research and building pages and websites for keywords so that people land and get to your website, to more strategically identifying what keywords are going to get people to land on your site for what you want them to do, like the action you want them to take. So the ones that we're targeting are going to be what are called commercial, which are users searching for a solution and researching a solution, or transactional, which are people who are looking to, they're ready to buy, they're ready to reach out and engage. The other keyword intents are going to be like informational or navigational. Informational is more like for your blog content. It's good for getting traffic to your website and exposure to your brand, not necessarily good for converting. So the keywords that we want to focus on is the commercial and the transactional. They're not going to have the highest search volumes. Sometimes we won't even be able to see search volumes because some of them just aren't searched as often as others. And so we tend to lean more towards getting the content out there, and the search will come. And so the purpose of this content plan is to get the right pages out there in the right structure so that when people are searching in those areas for the services that you provide, they land on your website. And so this will build authority within your industry and not just sending traffic to your website. So we are not really worried about those informational keywords right now. I wanna dive in. Before we dive into the ChatGPT, why am I making this video? Why am I sharing these secrets with you? And I think part of it is because it's readily available to everybody. And if you are really intent on doing it yourself, I want to help you do that. And if you don't want to do it yourself and you see all the work that is involved in this, I want to be there to be available and help support you. So let's dive into this content plan without further ado. So the first thing we want to do is we want to understand that Google search and most search engines are geo-focused. And so even if people don't use city locations in their search queries, it's going to pull up those city locations. So the first thing we want to do is focus on finding locations to target. And now for this video, we're actually going to focus on a local electrician here in Minnesota. And I want to highlight and kind of go through a plan, build a plan for this electrician. So what we want to do first is we're going to start with the location that they have, so Spring Lake Park, Minnesota. And then we'll just go out to ChatGPT here and we say, I can put the prompts here in the description, but the long and short of it is are the top 20 locations. What is that, St. Louis Park? So I say top 20 because Google Business Profile only allows you to put 20 cities within their profile, and so I can already tell I prompted it wrong. This is the beauty of ChatGPT. So I can stop this prompt. I can say what. So here are the cities, and it kind of lays out distance from there. And from there, what I recommend doing, so this is, you can prioritize from like central out on like population or median household income. So research. So I want to research the population and the median household income for each of those cities, returning that result in a CSV formatted output. Okay, so then we can take this, so we've got Minneapolis, St. Paul, Blaine, Fridley, etc. So if we wanted to sort, let's say let's sort these cities by highest, median. Because let's say you've got like solar maybe is your biggest thing, and usually the highest median household income areas are going to be better for that service, and so you want to focus on those first. So then we've got our list sorted. I want to remove I want to just have my sorted list. So now I can take this list, and I'm just gonna pull up a Google Doc here. I'm gonna put that in here. So these are my locations. Okay. So what do we need to put on? So essentially, what we're doing here. So we've found the locations of the 20-mile radius, and the website should have like an areas we serve page, and that's where these locations will be listed. And then each location page will have its own page on the website. So what the location page would look like is going to be your primary service and the city that it's. So let's say this primary service is going to be Class A electrical contractor. So I'm just going to go okay, so then I take this, so those are my locations, and then I'm going to do location pages. Okay, and it may seem very repetitive, and we want to make sure that we're not repeating the title and content, so we might do like Class A electrical in Arden Hills, we might just say electrical contractor in Maple Grove, we might say building electrical contractor in Shoreview, etc. So just kind of mixing up just a bit. And then on each of these location pages, we want to have kind of a brief description of the primary service you offer, why someone would want to hire you and work with you, a brief description of the city with outbound links to local websites. So that one, I want to show you how we can do that with ChatGPT and make it a little easier. So, overview. So, tell us something, let's a little bit about Shoreview. Alright, so tell me a little about Shoreview and highlight some of the best businesses, organizations, or parks in the city. These include links to those location websites. So want to have kind of an outline of the area, and this will kind of give us some ideas on what we want to do. So there's parks and outdoor rec, community organizations, local businesses or services, some community events is nice too. And then we want to summarize a few of these into put them into a short paragraph with links. Okay, and then we just copy that into it. Obviously, make sure we're talking about good things in there, and then put that kind of in our banks here for Shoreview, for our location page. Right, so put something like that in there. We might want to ask it to include, incorporate some sort of solar project or some sort of service related to electrical contracting and how that integrates within the Shoreview community. But that's just a start for now. Then we want to have photos taken in the city if possible. So if you're servicing a location there, just take some project shots. That'll contain geolocated data that will help with local SEO in that area. And then we want an embedded map, a Google map of the city. If you're using WordPress website, it looks like these guys are using WordPress, so we use a plugin called WP Go Maps, and that allows us to embed a map directly onto the page and customize it to what we want it to look like. So one of those customizations is including points of interest. So like this here, Island Lake County Park, having a point of interest for that with a link to their centerpiece is Shoreview Commons, putting a link to that, etc. And then to round everything out, you want some testimonials from customers that have been serviced in that city. So that's the location page. So we want to rinse and repeat that for the location pages. And these pages are really intent on focusing on getting those organic results. So these won't necessarily get map pack results, but they'll be in the organic listing. Once we have that, then we jump into service pages. We do service pages in a unique way. So well, not really unique, I guess. So for example, here with Golden Electric, we take a look at the services they have. So this is kind of some of their services that include, so EV charging, service upgrades, roof, and so what we'll do is we'll go back over here into ChatGPT, and we take some of the services here. So EV charger install, hot tub installation, solar installation, or solar panels. No, I think we had service upgrade. Yeah. I'm gonna leave that one out because it's a little generic. But maybe we'll do like we'll just leave it at that. Okay. So those are the three that we're gonna focus on. So then what we want to do is essentially we put these into our service pages. Let's put them here. And then on each of these pages, really we want to describe the service, why people would select you, testimonials, maybe recent projects and portfolios of work for that service. And finally, we want to make sure we have that locations that we serve section on these service pages. And those locations will be linked to these pages. So interlinked. And then when we have the service pages, the final page that we want to do is called a service location page. So service location pages are, you guessed it, location plus service. And so what we do here, and we take ChatGPT to help expedite some of the planning portion of it. Let's add essentially is building out our content plan. We'll see if this works. Memory is good enough. There we go. So added it to the end. But you get the idea. So if we take this, I actually replace last. That should do it. Yeah, there you go. So as you can see, this is just three services. So at this point in our content plan, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd say 20 location pages, and then we would have 20 times 3, or no, it would be 3 service pages, and then we'd have 20 times 3 service locations, 20 location pages times 3 services. That would be 60 service location pages. And so we've got a content roadmap that'll last us for 6 months. Okay, so here is kind of our content roadmap. And again, we want to make these titles and these keywords a little bit unique for each city, but you get the idea. On the service location pages, it's very similar structure to the location pages, except for we're going to talk more about the service and less about the city. So that's essentially what we're focusing on. And these location pages, these service location pages, are going to be ones that will show up in the map pack. Because what's going to happen is people aren't going to search hot tub installation Blaine, Minnesota, but they might search hot tub installation while living in Blaine, Minnesota, and they'll pull up that page. And you want to hit them. So that's kind of how you put together the content roadmap plan using ChatGPT. And once you have this plan, then you just begin to execute it. So we start with the location pages because we want to help expand your reach for your general service. And then we jump into service detail pages, and then we jump into service location pages. And once we've exhausted all of these, we kind of sprinkle in blog content and that kind of stuff as we go. The blog content really is focused on that informational keyword, which isn't really super valuable. That's how we do what we do. If you have any questions about this, or you would like us to build a content roadmap plan for your business specifically, I invite you to schedule your Get Amped session using the link in the description.